What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be taking it back a little bit and playing some Skeletal Swarming because I know it's a card people love, and we had fun with it in the last set and really did some amazing things with it. Had it in a couple different decks, so it's been on my radar to do. I've had a deck list kind of put together that I figured we were going to goof around with and play on stream and then show it here on the video today. But I want to say, before we get into the rest of this video, there have been a few people all season that have been like, you should do this and you should do that and why can I not? You should do. Either way, sounds silly regardless. But people are saying, you should do something with Sereth or Finn or whatever and Death Touch. And so it's like, I'm looking for the right words to kind of explain it. Like,
how about new?
Like, I say that in the nicest way possible. Because here's the thing. Sereth doesn't do anything with any other cards in the deck. It just doesn't. And you can't play a card like that when it has no synergies with anything else that you're going to want to play in that deck list. Same thing with Finn. Finn pretty much does nothing with anything else that's going to be on that deck list unless you play Sereth. And then I guess they both kind of sort of work. Like, even playing Sereth to get the bonus of the Death Touch to go with Trample over the skeletons from Skeletal Swarming doesn't really do you any good, because really, once you have 3 or more skeletons, it almost doesn't matter anyway. They're going to get done what they want to do. Or if you get multiple Skeletal Swarmings, 4 of them is 7+ power. So, like, yeah, whatever. So you're playing a bunch of cards effectively to get you a very small, minute bonus, and it doesn't really do enough to help you win the game, even if you get it. Like, you would be fine even without it. But there's going to be more times you draw either of those more useless cards and they do nothing for the deck. So, that being said, we are playing Skeletal Swarming. It is a Golgari deck. We found a way to use some new cards in it, and I think this list is actually fun, playable, entertaining, and it doesn't play Sereth, and it doesn't have Finn, and it doesn't have Death Touch. So if that's unfortunate for y'all, I am sorry, but just enjoy the show. Let's go talk about this deck list. And as a lovely reminder, if you haven't checked them out, check out shop.ultrapro.com. They have some really sweet items there for all your Magic and gaming needs. But pretty much, even if you don't play Magic, play Pokemon, maybe you're into anime, maybe play some Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever, they have storage supplies for all that stuff. And they're super supportive of your local game store. So if you see something awesome on the site you want, but you still want to support your local store, just get the name and the item number down, take it to your local store, let them order it. You'll be good to go. All right, so let's get into this deck list. We've got 3 Duress right off the top. Okay, some full transparency. Because we played this over the stream, we did make a couple of adjustments to the list. So there'll be like 2 or 3 cards different on this list, maybe 4 than the way we played it. But the back couple of games will have the completed list. The first, I don't know how this is going to look in the edit, but 1 to 3 games won't have the new list. Sorry about that. It's just the way kind of progress works whenever we're streaming and updating deck lists. So we have 3 Duress, which initially we had 4, but we decided to go with 3 because we do have enough elements that can help us in some of the slower control matchups. But you still want Duress just to maybe clear a counterspell or something every once in a while. We have 4 Eye Twitch. This is going to give us access to the Wish board, obviously. But, it's a reasonable chump blocker. It's something we can sacrifice to, like, Deadly Dispute and help us out. It does buy time for you to just get to those later cards, so nothing wrong with that. We're playing Shambling Gas. It's almost arguable to play a Forced Shambling Gas over an Eye Twitch, because you sometimes do just want the treasure to get to 4, 5, 6 mana. So that's something to consider. If you like that style of play, you like one card more than the other, playing a Forced Shambling Gas is actually reasonable. 4 Daily Disputes, like we just talked about, helping us draw cards, produce treasure. Does everything we want to do in this list. Playing 4 Infernal Grasp. Partly because we do have some ways to gain life with stuff like Innkeeper, but this really helps, especially when you're saying all the mono green and everything else. You need to be able to pick off a few of the big creatures to, again, buy you enough time to get to your bigger things to try to get to your in-game situation. Prosperous Innkeeper, like we mentioned, this is a way to gain some life just from your Skeletal Swarmings, from loss, possibly, but also gives you that treasure ramp, which is what you're looking for. We have Binding of the Old Gods, because, you have quality removal, and again, it goes and finds land, so if you get to 4, you can get to 5 or 6 pretty easily. Loth the Spider Queen, because this is just a good card and you put it in a bunch of decks and it's fantastic. Also, again, Loth works with Innkeeper, as does Skeletal Swarming. So Skeletal Swarming, at the end of your turn, you'll put a skeleton into play. If a creature died that turn, you'll get 2 skeletons, which is pretty awesome. The other thing, too, it's also if a creature died this turn. It's not if you have a creature die. So if you can kill one of your opponent's creatures, 2 skeletons. I guess anything can become a skeleton that wants to be in your army. So sometimes you're going to go ahead and kill a creature, maybe even get rid of your own, just so you can double the number of skeletons, because that increases your power even more for the number of skeletons that you have. Then we have 2 Blood on the Snow, just because, and one way to kind of sweep the board, get something back, either going to be Loth or most often like an Eye Twitch to set you up to be able to get like a Mascot Exhibition or whatever. But we are playing 3 Meat Hook Massacre. And this is good because it's a sweeper. Get rid of all your opponent's creatures. Gives you a little bit of play against the mono white aggro decks, a little bit against mono green. But if you have creatures constantly coming into play, like spiders from Loth, skeletal swarming, like at some point, your opponent, if they don't die from those, they'll die to your Meat Hook Massacre. So that's a thing. Also, if you're still dealing with your opponent's stuff, or maybe they're chump blocking some of your creatures, you do get some incidental life gain along the way, which is nice. And then I want to say for the first couple of lists, the Loths weren't in there, and we didn't have Hive of the Eye Tyrant. We had more Faceless Havens. But we went with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant because it does give you an advantage in the Azorius control matchups. Because you want to be able to get rid of the Deluge, right? The Memory Deluge. That's a very... or Deluge, as it's pronounced. But that's actually... or Deluge, I should say, is the proper pronunciation. But I say Deluge, so you know. But you want to get rid of that. Also, the 2 mana one that like draws 2, discard 2, gain 2 life. Like you get that out of the graveyard, or you just get rid of any spells in general. So whenever they get their Leer, they can't actually replay stuff out of the graveyard. So this is really doing a lot of things in that matchup. There's a couple of other things too. If you end up in other matchups that have Blood on the Snow and they might get something back, it gives you a chance to get rid of that. So it's doing a lot of work here. We are playing one hostile because, well, skeletal swarming. And I know it sounds a little weird, but sometimes it's just like, okay, you can let combat happen. If nothing died on the turn, you can go ahead and sack a skeleton, and then you know you're going to get 2 more skeletons. Also, there's some situations where maybe you need to get rid of a, like, Shambling Ghast, right? Because maybe you need the treasure for the next turn. Like, there's some corner case situation like that where this is pretty good. And then, you know, it is an actual reasonable creature on the backside if it gets to that. Now, one thing I did realize during the games, which is funny, that you actually have to remove a creature from your graveyard. I thought it was from a graveyard, so that's a little bit thing. I think we still won that game, but it's still something to note about the card. Makes it a little less good than I wanted it to be, because I was thinking I could use it to remove stuff from the opponent's graveyard, but can't actually do that. But being able to attack with 3/7 is reasonable, and it does a little extra life loft bonus. So I don't really hate that too much, but it's nothing you're going to lean on in this deck. It's just kind of like a bonus creature, and you can phase it out to protect it from sweepers, which is nice. The rest of the lands, we're playing 7 snow-covered swamps, 7 snow-covered forests, 4 Darkboar Pathway, 2 Woodland Chasm, mostly because we can search for those with Binding of the Old Gods, and then 1 Faceless Haven. I didn't want to go too hard on the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, but maybe there could be room for another Faceless Haven, because we do have a fair amount of snow lands that still could allow us to justify playing that. But that's it. Like I said, we're going to play the games, and at the end we'll do a wrap-up, talk about the games, what we learned, and then we'll have a card spotlight for you and see what we learned this week. Or today, because we've been putting up decks every day. Anyway, let's go watch some game footage. If you had to hide a giraffe from your family, how would you do it? I just wouldn't buy a giraffe. Transporting giraffes is actually a pain in the ass. It's one of the worst things that zoos have to deal with. So, however you acquired a giraffe means you already have a pile of money, and you probably don't care about hiding the giraffe, because you have FU money, and your family would just be mad you had a giraffe, but you wouldn't give a damn. So I probably wouldn't even bother hiding it. And the only reason I know about transporting giraffes is I have family that used to work at the zoos, and I'm just too aware of dumb things like that. But yeah, transporting giraffes is actually a very terrible process for them to deal with. Because I know there's some people who are probably going like, how does he know about transporting giraffes? Like, there is an actual reason I know that. Because otherwise, it just sounds like I just said the most random thing, and people would just go, "What?" Yeah, drafts are not an easy thing to move, and it's mostly because of their size, right? Because you can't even take them on normal routes, because obviously, if you put them on a trailer, they're going to be taller than some bridges, so that doesn't really work. So you have to transport them on very awkward long routes or very expensive machines. Oh, opponent's not even attacking us. That's kind of nice of them. I feel like we kind of got away with something there. So what do we do here? Like, I guess we wait. Because if we Deadly Dispute in response to them casting a zombie, we could kill their champion of the perished. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, that's probably fine. No attacks. In the turn. And if they get frisky, I guess we could try to kill the tainted adversary or something. Well, you want to get rid of my hostile? Little did you know, I actually want to have extra mana this turn, and I didn't want to sack my treasure. So how you like that, opponent? To be fair, though, if you see opponent playing a weird-ass land like hostile, you're probably like, I need to get rid of that, because something's going to happen. Like, that card sucks. So if they're playing it, they're up to something. I am going to, since the opponent's not doing anything, let's go ahead and kill this. I mean, they're probably going to sacrifice theirs now, but whatever. Nope, they just let it die. Okay. They look like they contemplated tapping something. We'll just take our turn. Opponent's not really doing too much here that we care about. I think I'm going to open with Duress and then just spend all my treasure to play the Skeletal Swarming. Just to clear the path to make sure we can resolve it. Oh, now they're going to draw a card. Nope, they're not even going to draw a card now. So you have a Flip the Switch, which doesn't do anything here. You have Infernal Grasp, that really doesn't do anything here. You have Meathook Massacre, which really doesn't do anything here. I guess we just take Flip the Switch, because it's the most relevant. I mean, I guess, in a way, Meathook Massacre is worse. Yeah, we'll take the Massacre first, actually. Mostly because once we start getting the advantage with our Skeletal Swarming, we don't want them to be able to, like, mass remove skeletons and start us over. Okay, that's fine. I'll accept that. Exactly. We end up getting 2 instead of 1 on our first go-round. I like that. Alright, we take damage. Oh, well, that's nice. When we do that, you'll get a 2/2 zombie, but then we kind of get to do whatever the hell we want. So, yeah. Mostly because this makes sure we can get extra cards here. Alright, sounds good. We will decline to pay, because there's no more cards to get. We will attack. And so they don't get the luxury of killing 2 zombies here. We will just sacrifice the one they're blocking. Oh, most excellent. Most excellent. And then we will end the turn, resulting in 2 zombies. Champion of the Parish. He's cool. Not even interested in blocking those, actually. We're good. Actually, I say that. I might block with the Eye Twitch. These are going to be 9. Yeah. Yeah, we'll block. Why not? Like, the opponent's not going to do much of anything else here. I'm just going to get this. I think is fine. Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and kill some things. Play this. We'll attack with all these. Yep. Opponent takes 8. Put this in tapped. Get more dudes, and that should be it. I ain't blocking. Like, you got something, you got something. I was gonna say, they could have drawn the last Meat Hook Massacre. Play that. Well, that's pretty sweet. The opponent didn't do anything this turn. Attack. Professor of Symbology, sure. Man, you know, I have to say, realistically, pretty much any ability that takes extra turns or draws cards from another area, like from exile, from the sideboard, whatever, is probably just something we don't need. You know? I'm gonna go ahead and get in here. Like, you block with your Professor, that's cool. They're not even blocking with the... Why would you not at least take the value there, opponent? Alright, well, end the turn. Alright, so this is Black-White Clerics. Fair. I was gonna say, if you're not blocking, you're definitely attacking. Alright, well, we're gonna have to go look for a kill card, so... Away with you, iTwitch. I'm going to take this because exiling stuff against this deck is very good. Yeah, we'll just take our turn here. Ooh, another iTwitch. I'd much rather sacrifice that. Actually, I say that. I'd probably rather go look for another kill card, actually. The only thing that's duressable is if they have removal or if they have... I guess I could be playing Pyre of Heroes. I mean, do we blow this early? And just get back an iTwitch? It seems a little bit lame, but is probably correct. Their hand's still pretty loaded, though. The other problem, though, is that if they do get something like Aura here, it does make it hard to remove their board. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And just hope the other removal we have is good enough. I mean, obviously I could get an Innkeeper back, but I don't think that's going to have as big of an impact on this game. Other than if I just felt we needed the treasure. Are you light on mana? Nope, you have mana. They're for telling stuff. Maybe it's the angel thing? I think I'm going to go ahead and sack this one. In case we find a land. And I think I'm going to take this other Necrotic Fumes. And we did find a land. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and... should have put that on black. Just trying to think about what else they could play here. I think I'm going to go ahead and play this. So if I do need something to sacrifice next turn, I can do that and keep that, because I get more value out of it. Alright, Cleric of Icebond. That's definitely one we're going to want to remove at some point. Okay, so they don't have that many creatures. I guess we got lucky using the Blood on the Snow when we did. Because they ended up not having very many things at all. Ooh, a hostile. That could matter in this fight. That's another way to get things out of the yard. Well, I guess we'd arrest them just to start with. There is an aura. Okay. Well, they know we have these, so they're waiting to play their aura as their game plan here, which makes a lot of sense. So let's attack. And we'll play the other one. And we'll just end the turn. Okay, there's the aura. No surprise. We'll just attack or block here. Take 4. I'll go ahead and take this for future considerations. Well, that ain't bad either. Okay, then. I was thinking we might do something else, but here we are. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we could exile Aura and play this, and then we have to get... I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's probably still fine. Sack this. And then we'll go ahead and just play this. Get rid of the Cleric of Icebond. Attack for 1. Alright. I feel like we've managed this about as well as could be expected so far. Are we staring? Oh, it's like, are we going to be staring at a bunch of angels? Is what I thought was about to happen. But turns out that was not the case. Yeah, I guess we just go for it. I mean, this might be sweep the board time. But if they do, we just get rid of iTwitch to get back another mascot exhibition. Yep. Yeah, again, I see on Arena, I see a lot of aggro decks playing sweepers. And I almost get it in these type of decks where you have so much recursion, where it makes a little bit more sense to do. Haunting Voyage, gonna bring a bunch of stuff back. Sounds good. I mean, we're still just gonna exile a Valkyrie and keep doing what we're doing. Oh, I'm a liar. We might do something else entirely now. That was not expected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can sack one of these for value and still get this. So that's kind of nice. Kind of debating if I want to, or if I want to sack something and start setting this up. Because ultimately, they're obviously playing a lot of recursion, so... do I want to just start working to get things out of their yard? I think I will, since I can get back an eye twitch, and then I can sacrifice that if I need to. So let's do that. Let's get rid of this. Not that it matters greatly. Get the treasure. Destroy all creatures. Play the eye twitch. All right. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding? All right, opponent. Much respect. I mean, you're getting it done here. Okay, so I need 3, 6, 7, 8. All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to sacrifice eye twitch to this. Go get the thing that makes the 2/1/1. Actually, did I use one of those already this game? No, I didn't. It's still on the sideboard. And then I can sack one to kill the Hoffrey, and I can sack the other to get cards. Pest summoning. Alright. Kill Hoffrey. Alright. And actually, I don't even have to draw the cards here, because if I sack this token, I can start removing stuff from their graveyard, because this is a sorcery. No, that's the other card. That's not even... Yeah, alright. So that's not even what we're worried about. Oh, Skeletal Swarming. Alright, I'm going to do this first, because it seems more important, though. I can still do both on the turn. Alright, attack. Remove... Oh, wait, what? Oh, from our graveyard. Oh, that's alright. I'll do it anyway, though. Because we're not going to get this back. Thought it was from the opponent's graveyard. That's okay. I'm not upset about my choices. Spellbinder. Sure. You just make it cost 2 more. Yeah, opponent gave up. I kind of want to keep I'm going to keep it for science purposes. But really, I'm hoping to draw one of our 1-mana creatures or draw Innkeeper. Otherwise, this is going to be terrible. Yeah, it's a... Really, it's just, I guess, Golgari mid-range with those 2 cards in it. Oh no, I did not want to draw a second Skeletal Swarming this early. Oh boy, this is going to be rough. This is going to be really rough. Oh, and it's against a control deck, so that's already not going to help. Oh, deck, now you're just teasing me. To be fair, though, we had a pretty sick comeback game against Clerics just a second ago, so I can't like it. Oh, favorite food. See, Winch. Oh, you. This is one of the things that I tell people I am bad about as far as like social media type stuff. Is I don't have a lot of favorites, and I don't know why that is. There's very few things in life I have favorites of. Couldn't even tell you. Just a weird thing. But if I just had to pick a food, I would probably say lasagna. Oh yeah, we're not gonna, with this draw, we're not gonna beat this opponent. We needed some of our creatures. All right. Yeah, this draw literally does nothing to whatever the opponent's doing right now. Like, they're just gonna get all the cards they want, have a bunch of counters, and we're just gonna sit here. Like, and you know they have counters and stuff because they're not even using their environmental sciences. So they're like waiting for us to do stuff. The only good news is if they play like Mordenkainen or Lear or whatever, we at least have a couple of shots to try to kill it. This is what we needed to draw this game. It's probably not going to do much good, but it's something. I mean, I guess you could divide by 0, and then we try another one, and then you divide by 0 again. It's probably all that's going to happen here. We get nothing, they get everything. Nope, Test of Talent. That's actually a reasonable card to test the talents, believe it or not. Like, I can't fault them for that. That makes sense. I wonder if it's worth me just playing a binding here with no target just to get the mana. Well, the opponent's probably just looking at our deck right now going like, what's even happening? Yep. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play this. Because at some point, we're probably going to need the mana to compete. Yep, there's a divide by 0 anyway. We're at least getting them out of the way so we can try to do something. But that kind of tells you where they are. They're just frivolously using divide by zeros just to cast it. Alright. I mean, I was going to say we have them down to like 4 real cards, but the reality is they still have access to Deluge. I mean, I guess. We know that's going to get countered. Either that or they'll just wait and get rid of it with the Annihilation. But either way. Oh, opponent. Like, these games are so boring, I can't even use it for footage. Like, win or lose, these games end up being so long that they're just not even any fun to watch. So I apologize to y'all that you have to sit through this. How have I not drawn a single creature during all this? I just realized that. I've drawn no creatures. Another Skeletal Swarming. I mean, that's cute and all. But I'm going to assume it's just going to get countered. But since you've seen it, here you go. Oh, there's a Deluge. Doesn't mean you won't find a counter here. You probably will. A negate or some such. Nope, just another Deluge. Alright. Well, we'll get one skeleton. So that's something. Don't know how beneficial it is, but we'll get one skeleton. Yeah, Hiller, you're not wrong. Like, some of the control decks do take a long time to play through some of the games. Alright, so we get a card for our troubles. So now we have the question of, can we actually resolve the other Skeletal Swarming? I mean, I guess we try. I mean, if you got it, you got it. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's not much we can do about it. Like, I might as well run one of these out there. Well, at some point, when creatures start dying, they matter. Hey, neutral solution. Didn't even see you slink in here. Alright, pass tokens, sure. Well, that's random, but sure, I guess. I mean, we don't really get anything by doing that. I mean, other than we just eliminate both of those and kill our one duder. You know what? I guess we're going to do that. Might as well do this first, right? Man, we got all of the worst cards against the control deck. Literally, we drew all the we drew all the spot removal. All the creature kill cards, whatever. Like, all bad here. Alright, attacking. Okay, end the turn. Yep, sure, why not? I'm surprised how many people do that early in the turn. Like, instead of waiting till the player activates it, especially with that much mana. Because, I mean, if you're not going to play Mascot Exhibition this turn, then does it really matter? Nope. Okay, so you're saving for some reason. I don't know what reason is, but there's obviously something. Do we make treasure? Just get treasure, I guess. I don't really care about your 1/1 all that much. Test of talents. Sure. Why not? It's as good as anything. As I say, you've already seen the deck. I mean, like, it's not like there's a real question here. Curate. All right. I truly don't even know, like, where this game's going right now. All right, Deluge number 1. Yep. All right, y'all. I'm just gonna move on to the next game. Like, we literally have drawn 2 creatures this whole time. See, this is what we need against the creature decks, but we don't draw it. Keep. Sadly, I think I gotta get rid of one of these. Alright, let's see what we can do. I thought about Storm the Festival in this list. It's possible. You know, a later version could probably have it. I think if I went harder on the mana in the front end, maybe. Oh, this is what we're doing? Oh my gosh. So we're going to need to draw Duresses here for any of this to matter. This is going to suck. Alright, well. We definitely aren't built to beat this type of stuff, so we're just going to have to hope for the best. Yep. Go search and find your things. I mean, we almost need to have Skeletal Swarming, like, right now. Because then we can just start building up enough creatures over the next, like, 3 turns, we could just kill them. We don't have any in the yard, though, with all those cards, so maybe there's a chance we find one. No deal. We'll attack. This is probably being overly aggressive, but see if we can find the Skeletal Swarming here where we can still resolve it. If not, I guess we may just play Pest Summoning because we get to attack for 2 a turn. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we have to take that, actually. Okay, we did find the Skeletal Swarming. Alright, so first part worked. And then we get 2 skeletons since we sacked something here. I mean, obviously they have sweepers. I can deal with 1 toughness things, but like, yeah, we gotta do what we can do. Alright, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. That actually hit for a fair amount of cards. I think I'm just gonna kill one of these myself. Just to maximize the damage, because I got nothing else. But I mean, once they copy a thing, we only have 23 cards here, so we're probably dead. Oh yeah, they definitely have Cinderclasms and stuff. I know those are in the deck, so I'm expecting to lose my creatures, if not this turn, next turn. But I think they may also be weighing, can they take the chance? You know, because in the event we have like another Skeletal Swarming or something, that could kill them. Okay. Makes sense. Take a turn off, do that. Buy yourself some time. Do we want to get back an eye twitch? Actually, we can get back. We're 1 short to get back. Oh no, we'd be 2 short to getting back a Loth. So that doesn't really work. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I mean, because we're not going to live all that long. Let's be real. Like, we know we've got maybe 2 turns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I guess we could just play Shambling Gas. And again, the opponent doesn't have much, so we can just kill our own creature. Make sure we get extra or skeletons here. Because nothing else died this turn. But getting 1 only results in us getting to 2, so that's not going to really do anything anyway. We still end up with just 2 skeletons, so that's no good. Alright. I guess I'd have thought about it more. I could have got in for 3 damage there, but... Alright, well this is where we die. We'll see. Because that 3 damage could have mattered. Because they'd be at 11, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nah, we'd still be short from killing them. We still need 2 more turns. Gonna kill a skeleton. Nope, kill both skeletons. Alright. They're definitely setting up for a big copy turn. That's for sure. Oh, don't need those in this fight. Don't need those in this fight. I mean, I guess we'll take that. I don't know if you can get anything back. Alright. Are we dead? We only have 21 cards. I'm sure there's many, many ways we could die here. Oh, opponent says we are not dead yet. Ooh, this doesn't... Damn it. That's... what a time to draw this. I could have had this for the last few turns. If I activate, though, we get in for 3, 4, 5. Or they just have something to kill that. Fine. Puts them at 5. If we do... No, we just play this. We attack first. If you have a counter, you have a counter. Alright. Skeletons incoming. Oh, they're going to copy something here. Bounce 2 things? Oh, how gross. How gross. Well done, opponent. Well done. Can't even be mad about it. Like, alright, well. We die, we die. I mean, because now you can kick a what-you-call and copy it. So, yeah. Yep. You can kick whatever spells you want and copy all the things. Oh, maybe this will help. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, they don't have one, so they're going to have to draw one. Play a card you own from outside the game. Well, that's unfortunate because I've already exiled something, so I guess I got to get rid of that, huh? Alright. Leave you with a sorcery and a copy spell. If we get in for 3, 4, 5, put you at 3. If I do this, you go to 6, make another skeleton. That's going to be lethal. But you could copy and kill stuff anyway next turn. So we actually have to do this, because then they don't... Wait. They do have a Den of the Bugbear. But this also has Menace. Okay. We have to attack with this. It's also scary to know they have Wish, because that makes exiling their stuff not great. But, yeah, I don't even know if we exile anything from them anymore, truthfully. Just copy spells, maybe? Not that it matters, because as soon as they can copy something, we're dead anyway. Yep, you can block skeleton. What? Oh, well, now that's bad. I mean, they would have been at 4. Alright, copy, kill 2 things. Yeah, that's it. They're going to die to our land. Unless this is a removal spell that they just found. Treasure, obviously. Yep. Whew. But it's not integral to the deck by any means. Keep this. And believe it or not, I'm going to play Shambling Gas first. Mostly because if we pick up Skeletal Swarming, I can sacrifice that and possibly get to 5 mana. But we didn't, so we're just going to attack with this duder and do nothing else. Alright. Come on, werewolf. We got a binding waiting for you. Oh, it wasn't even a werewolf. It was a ranger class. You know what? I might actually let them keep the ranger class. I mean, keep the werewolf. I'm going to kill the ranger class. Oh, whoop. I'm not going to do that this turn, though. We'll do that later. Actually, you know what? We attack. I mean, you can block. I don't mind. Like, I would be okay if you did. You would save me a removal card later. Level up your ranger class. That's all you want to do. Oh, well, that's not what we want you to do at all. I think we just take that. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do with this old growth troll. Because, like, we could sacrifice this, go get necrotic fumes, and exile that. It's like a lot of work to get rid of that. That I don't think is necessarily worth it. But I'd rather do that if they have a, like, Ren and 6 or something. Let's go ahead and just kill this. Alright. No attacks here. Leave myself some options so I can decide what to block with, depending on what they do. Alright, so they had a chariot. Alright, so we want to Blizzard Brawl that. We'll get the treasure. Sometimes, though, I do hate that it does this, where it gives you, like... I get why they do it, so it shows the power toughness change. But I bet there's a lot of people that actually give that the -1/-1, and then are like, why didn't it die? It's like, because it still has 2 toughness. But I am going to block this, so I can go get the destroy artifact enchantment thing. I forgot to go put the search for a land thing in the thing. I'll do that later. Well, okay. Ooh, I do like having that here, but not right now. That is not what we need. We need one of our sweepers or something right now is what we need. Finding a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I guess we could aim to draw land. But really, we need to get our Meat Hook Massacre is what we really need. Damn it. That sucks. That's really bad for us. Man, Outland Liberator's been so good lately. You got a fight spell too? Oh my goodness. Alright, well, we need a massacre just to save ourselves here. Sadly, I think I gotta get that just to buy time. In case we don't draw land. Well, Loth, you kinda help. You're not quite what we need, but you're not what we need.
You require my will cannot be denied.
Oh yeah, now we're dead. Like, with them getting the Faceless Haven, we can't win now. That's not true. That's not true. If it's exactly Blood on the Snow, maybe. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you have Inscription, we die. Alright, didn't have Inscription. Didn't have, Snakeskin Veil. So what's the last card? Ooh, that's no good. That's no good. I'm trying to think if there's anything we could do to get out of trouble here. We could... Nope, we can't pass summoning and use Deadly Dispute because that leaves us no outs. We could... Loth... Even then, we have to draw exactly perfect. And that's not even a guarantee. I mean, we literally have to draw land. Yeah, it has to be land and Blood on the Snow. Like the exact 2 cards, I think. I don't think anything else gets us out of trouble here. Well, we got the land part, but we're still dead. Dang it. Alright, let's draw an untapped Black Source, team. We failed. We failed a lot. That would have been so good. We could have done turn 3 Skeletal Swarming if we'd have found it. That makes me so sad. Because now we're not going to be able to kill a Cleric of Lifespawn easily. This is going to hurt a lot. Especially since this is a Righteous Valkyrie. Yep. Makes sense. Alright, so we're going to get, what, one more turn maybe? Do I just block and take the treasure now? Because I ultimately got to get to 6 mana before any of this matters. I can't really. I have to be able to sacrifice that so I can draw cards. Okay, that might help. Still same situation, kind of, though. We'll pass. Opponent could also gain a bunch of life here and make the... Oh, yep. Yep. We're going to take a big angel hit here. Oh, no, that gets them to 20... Oh, no, because they'll gain one... Exactly 27. Wow, gross. Good 2, 3, 4 hit. Yeah, exactly. Can't say much about it. Alright. Well, we block. Then we sacrifice it. And now we have to Blood on the Snow. If we get the land. Alright, cool. I was gonna say Meathook Massacre, but doesn't look like now is the time for that. Alright, this works out, because now we can Meathook for 3, so unless they just have exactly another Valkyrie next turn, it's not so bad. Actually, even then, I guess we'd be able to sacrifice our, we ended up with in the yard, the Ghast. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Destroy all creatures. Get back a Shambling Ghast. Aura. Aura, how I hate thee. Let me count the ways. This is interesting. So if we Meathook for 3, we kill Aura, they get back Valkyrie. We do end up with the treasure, but then we could Meathook for 4? Or just play Skeletal Swarming here. The concern here, though, is if they have another 3-mana thing, and then we Massacre, it does get a little bit ugly, because then they get 2 things back with the Aura instead of just 1. And that sucks quite a lot. I guess I'm going to gamble and just Massacre, and just say, like, force them to have it. Winch, you actually can do fine. I only go Abzan if I'm doing just hardcore life gain. If I'm doing Clerics, I just don't even really play much in those other colors. Okay, that's good. They didn't go get Angel or anything, so that's awesome. We get to set up our other Meathook, and that worked out great. Oh, now they're gonna get Aura again. Alright. Frustration. Well, now it's going to be harder to get ahead. So, the plan here now, then, is... If we Meathook for 3 again, we're in the same situation. They can get back. They probably get this back again to keep Meathook Massacre away, because they seemed very concerned about that. But they might have only done it because they had Null Priest in hand. So let's find out. And then if we lose this, then we just start trying to roll out the Skeletal Swarmings and hope for the best. Yep, alright, good. Perfect. Now we just have to hope they don't have a way to get Aura back a 3rd time. And we can land... Well, we can Innkeeper, Skeletal Swarming. Can be our game plan here. Oh, another Meathook Massacre. Well, thank you, deck. I appreciate your consideration. Alright. Loth. Sure.
You reek with terror. Do what I demand.
How do I want to deal with the Loth? I think we just wait a turn. Or, I mean, as much as we can to deal with the Loth, obviously. Alright, we do this. Obviously, they're gonna block. Yep. And then we get 4 skeletons. Alright, that's practically lethal on its own. It's 28 damage, plus we have this. Tabarax, you ain't it, friend. 28, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay, so like I said, I think the deck plays very well without having to try to fill in all those other cards. And if you go back and watch some of those matchups, kind of replace, I don't know, the 4th card drawn in each of the matchups, or the 6th card with a Finn or with a Sereth or whatever, and kind of see how things don't really fit together. Unless you have exactly those cards. And then you also still have to have room for your... It just becomes a problem. So I don't think this deck missed either of those cards. Honestly, I think it played very well without them. And this actually is a pretty reasonably competitive deck. So if you want something different to play in the ladder and you want some Golgari list, this should be right up your alley. I think it's actually cool. The only thing I would look for, like I said, is maybe do you want to play another Shambling Gas, because I think that's actually beneficial to the list. And possibly, do you want an extra Loth or not? Because I think there's some spots where a couple more Loths could probably help. But really, the list as is probably okay. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about one Zulaport Cutthroat. And this is a card that always stays popular, is always worth a little bit of money, and it's funny because it's really just a really simple card to get your hands on. But it is super popular. Like, some people like playing what they call Aristocrat Styles deck, where you're trying to sacrifice a bunch of your own things. There's also just really as a defensive card on boards where you're making a bunch of tokens. Well, then now you kind of start threatening your opponent to, like, okay, gotta get rid of the Cutthroat before you just wipe the board. So it fits a lot of different strategies. It's a lot of fun, really, for people to play with. And it kind of adds a different element to the game state. So like I said, you kind of have to target that and get rid of it first before dealing with some other things. So yeah, cool card, very simple, but also very popular. So it's one, if you can always find them in collections, go ahead and dig them out because you'll get a few bucks for them. Now, as always, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, and it has links to our Facebook gaming streams, our Twitch streams, and most importantly to our Discord if you want to come by and check that out. Best place if you want to come by and get deck help or ask questions about stuff, or if you want to discuss things in these videos further because you're considering playing some of those decks. Also, don't forget that I do have links as well in the description if you're shopping at Ultra Pro or at TCGPlayer or on Amazon. If you click any of those links first before you do your shopping, we'll get a small kickback here on the channel and you'll be helping me out. And you don't have to do anything different. Literally, just click the link and shop like you normally would. Nothing else is affected. And then finally, if you haven't, please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, support, all that lovely stuff, because that really helps the channel grow, and I sincerely, honestly appreciate it. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.